maybe we ought to make sure our fair audience is up to speed. Karina, what is relic exactly? In a word, if you could.
In one word, I'd say immortality.
Immortality? Really?
That's right. Relic allows you to transfer the consciousness from a dying person, finding a new home for their soul on a transferable chip. This person, they'll never leave your side, a companion forever with you in your own consciousness. Just a...
Child, think for a moment about what you're saying. This relic is an abomination that feeds on human misery. It is an unnatural likeness, a golden calf born by false prophets. Arasaka speaks of preserving the soul, but they can promise nothing more than a heartless, mindless algorithm speaking with the voice of the departed. What's more, this technology is just another tool of coercion and corruption. Only the wealthy and powerful elite will have access, and they will pay any price in exchange for a chance at this so-called immortality.
Well, that is true that Arasaka Corp has specifically limited access to the relic in order...
Your promise is a lie, an evil lie, motivated by greed and...
Now that is rich!
Hey, excuse me?
False promises, greed, a lust for power. Why, sounds an awful lot like a church to...
What? How dare you?
Do you not promise a life after death? Do you not charge funeral fees to a family in mourning? Maybe the Reverend is just afraid of some healthy competition, huh?
Competition? You believe everything in this world can be counted, measured, rationalized.
And wouldn't we be right? We can construct artificial brains, create new consciousness.
But I ask you why? What does that give us? Are we as a people on this earth any happier for it? You claim that this relic gives eternal life, but all I see is an eternity of suffering. Rather than say goodbye, we haunt ourselves with their voices, their presence.
What do you folks think? Who holds the truth? Is it Ms. Lee or maybe Reverend Culver? That is up to you. Send Culver or Lee to 7892 to cast your vote and enter your name for a chance to win tickets to this year's playoff. Until next time, Night City. Toodles.
In a city tingling with desire, he'll do anything to scratch every itch. Watson Hall. New episodes every Wednesday at 10, only on WNS. Provides 330% of recommended daily vitamins.
Welcome to N54 News. I'm Jillian Jordan, and this is the latest from around the world. The Lunarinskaya uranium mine collapse that occurred just outside Novosibirsk in southern Siberia has concluded with a happy ending. As you recall, 35 miners became trapped deep underground following a high-magnitude earthquake. But thanks to their Suez Lake 2 hibernation implants, the miners were able to survive without access to food and fresh water for 2 weeks. Fortunately, after their rescue and following a brief rest for technical evaluation, the miners were able to immediately return to work. Moving from below the Earth to above it, Militech has announced plans to establish a new colony on the Red Planet. The proposed base will be subdivided into 3 areas: industrial, scientific, and residential. 10 residential modules are already available for purchase at a starting rate of €100 million. A hefty price, yes, but can you truly put a price on your security? In New Mexico and Oklahoma, a new bout of unrest has erupted in the wake of suicide blasts at NUS bases. President Myers has openly blamed the Republic of Texas for the attacks. In a swift reprisal, NUS forces carried out a series of bombings on Texan airports in Wellington and El Paso. Although both sides have expressed a desire to avoid further escalation of the conflict, bookies have put the odds of a full-blown border war at 3-1. That concludes today's World News segment. Please join us again next time. Welcome to N54. It's time for your local news. Violence continues to plague the Badlands. Shootings have been reported along the 166, and 101. Eyewitness accounts point to inter-clan disputes. Attacks on unaffiliated persons has not exceeded the average. However, in an abundance of caution, the NCPD has raised the threat level to 2, advising travelers to avoid side roads. We'll continue to keep you informed as the situation develops. City. I'm Jillian Jordan with N54 News, and this is your local latest. The NCPD has urged caution when using data terms. A routine inspection has shown many have been corrupted with malware. Police experts have confirmed the identified virus can lead to cyberware failure and, in extreme cases, even death. In response to increased gang activity, the mayor's office has raised the public threat level to red. Residents of Arroyo and Watson are advised not to leave their homes after dark and always ensure easy access to protective firearms. Schools and hospitals have been closed until further notice. What's next for Pacifica? The district, formerly designed as an oasis of luxury, has become a den for violent gangs and drug addicts. Kang Tao recently expressed interest in the purchase of Pacifica property, with the aim of constructing a new server and logistics center. The city government has openly considered selling the land for a single euro-dollar, in a symbolic gesture, provided that Kang Tao demonstrates commitment to eradicating the district's criminal presence. Today's final story is an unwelcome one for pet owners. The canine ownership tax will increase to €1,000 per dog per month. Similarly, the fine for possessing an undocumented animal will increase to €40,000. Thank you for tuning in to the N54 Local News. Have a pleasant day. Welcome to the N54 News World Report. I'm Jillian Jordan. Scientists from Biodyne Systems have announced a breakthrough in the fight against multiple sclerosis. MS is one of the few diseases that cannot be cured by replacing the affected tissue with implant technology. But the experts at Biodyne have created nanites that, when injected into the spinal cord, provide long-term uninterrupted repair to the neural tissue. The cost of this cutting-edge therapy treatment has been listed at €700,000 per month. For the second consecutive week, the landfill inferno in the remnants of Atlantic City continues to rage on. The 10,000-acre dumping ground ranks among the world's largest and contains both toxic and biological waste. Already, 7 firefighters combating the blaze have died, and another 40 have suffered from severe burns and toxin exposure. The Swedish Academy Award for Literature has announced its latest recipient, Virginia Grantchester, citing her most recent book, In the Shade of an Apple Tree, as a treasure of this generation. Grantchester, who is an AI created by Raven Microcybernetics, has been lauded for several of her works over the years. Her first novel, Requiem for a Samurai, which was published in 70 languages simultaneously, sold over 3 million copies. In the Shade of an Apple Tree is a drama set in 20th century Ireland and is already considered a masterpiece of post-collapse literature. This has been your World Report. Thank you for tuning in to N54 News. I'm Jillian Jordan. Welcome to the World Report on N54 News. The Western corporate states recently announced a new visa program. Persons intending to relocate there must first find a sponsor from among WCS-affiliated companies. Following a 20-year employment period within the WCS, visa holders can earn the right to permanent residence, a marriage license, and a single-child permit. In Northern Europe, the humanitarian crisis has worsened. Refugees from flooded regions in Belgium and the Netherlands continue to pour into Scandinavia. Sweden has responded with force, sinking over a dozen refugee vessels in recent weeks. Despite humanitarian efforts, nearly 60 people have been killed. Have we found heaven on Earth? Permanent human settlement on Antarctica is celebrating 10 years today. A wealth of natural resources hidden under the ice has spurred on the continent's rapid economic development. Though some environmental degradation has occurred as a result, inhabitants of the South Pole are still enjoying life as Antarctica's first dollhouse was recently opened. But perhaps most appealing to locals and newcomers alike is the astonishingly low crime level. Antarcticans enjoy a murder rate of only 70 per 100,000 residents. Thank you for watching N54 News. We'll see you next time.
Feeling tired? Bored? Powerless? Not anymore. Experience all of Chromanticore's 16 new flavors and mix it up! A city tingling with desire. He'll do anything to scratch every itch. Watson Hall. New episodes every Wednesday at 10. Only on WNS. Yo, 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 my chewers, shroomers, and humors, Mr. White here. Drop that milk toast kibble and rush to the nearest store for a taste of sweet, 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 clean speed. Because life is too short to be slow.
Welcome to today's local news on N54. I'm Jillian Jordan. For the third consecutive year, Militech has been touted as Night City's best corporation to work for. This prestigious award can be attributed to the numerous employee benefits they offer, such as 5 paid vacation days a year, unlimited access to stimulant pharmaceuticals, and implant acquisition assistance. Were that not impressive enough, 34% of Militech employees have also been promised a retirement package. In other news, the NCPD welcomes a boost to its authority. As of today, the police may detain criminal suspects for up to 1 year without formal prosecution. The NCPD scored another victory with the adoption of a policy allowing the shooting of a limb to be considered a warning shot, a change that should keep officers safer. The Night City Office of Cybernetic Technology has been formally dissolved as a result of budget cuts. The office formerly responsible for implant certification will shutter its doors next Tuesday. The administrators of implant authorization are now the manufacturers, guided by the standards they themselves have established. Thank you for joining all of us here at N54 News. We'll see you next time.
In Tokyo, Sydney, and Paris, their next stop is on your doorstep. Night City, expect the unexpected.
Mr. Stud. All night. Every night. Don't be soft. Upgrade now.
Please welcome the star of Braindance, Rodrigo Martinez. Long time no see, Rody.
Hey, up top.
Prime optics. Wait, don't tell me. Kuroshi?
What else? How about you? Still a Biodyne man?
Hey, if it works fine, why change it? I'd recommend the Model 300 XS to anyone in the blink of an eye. But let's get down to brass tacks. Your newest Braindance, Metal Wars, Metal Hearts, comes out tomorrow. Care to tell us a bit more?
First off, it's a masterpiece. The feeling you get as a tank driver, burning fuel in your nostrils, being one with the machine. Oh, you gotta relive it yourself. Explaining won't do it justice. I know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I play Luis Morales, and this is all based on a true story. Morales led the 6th Platoon of Armored Cavalry in the Battle of Ridgecrest.
If I recall correctly, the Free States outnumbered NUSA forces 6-1.
That's right, caught him in a trap. The Free States demanded an unconditional surrender, but the President Myers decided Militech, that is the NUSA, would fight to the bitter end. Picture the scene, Ziggy. You're in the desert. The sun's going down. Suddenly you see a line of Nebuto tanks, a wall of dust trailing behind them. You kiss your only picture of your wife and kids, tighten your grip on the hard leather steering grips, and then you just go. Your tank's rattling. You can feel the rocks under your treads as if you were walking over them barefoot. Explosions everywhere, shattered glass and shrapnel bouncing off the hull. I mean, it's just indescribable.
I don't know, Rody. You seem to be doing a pretty decent job.
Well, I'm flattered, Ziggy, but you really have to relive it yourself, really feel it.
Tell us, Rodrigo, don't you think it's a bit too soon for a brain dance like this? The war was only a few years ago. Tens of thousands of people died. Cali split into two halves. Neighbors versus neighbors, brothers against brothers.
Who am I to judge? I don't think this brain dance is meant to show one side as the heroes and the other as the bad guys. It's a story about courage, bravery, about having the taste of victory in your mouth.
Well, Rodrigo, you sure got my appetite going.
Well then, mission accomplished.
Ladies and gentlemen, Metal Wars,